I am really not sure where to begin, but I think I took a picture of something today and I'm going to look for it. Yes, I found it. Now I need to find this somewhere else. So give me a minute. I'm going to be trying to find this picture somewhere else. Just give me 1 second. I write something. The house of Pluto. The 9 lives. The pound key resides of the 9 lives of 11. Now we have to understand that 11. Now we're going to just hold on a second. It's the house of 11. It's 2 cubes. It's 2 sides. It's 11. Okay. It's 1111 from 99. I'm going to explain that to you. And then from 911, in which it's just funny that in the house of 11, you're not using 1. But in the house of 9, you're not using 1, right? You're not using 9 in one house and you're not using 1 in the other house. So I'm just going to show you what I'm looking for right now. And I'm looking for this. See, these are chakras and vibrations. If somebody can send me a link to it, right? Because I want to show you that I believe that my theory of how to decipher which star goes with Earth and which star goes with Mars. And just to note, okay, depending on which way you want to count, right? Is Earth and Mars within the same realm of each other, or is Earth and Mars not within the same realm? I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Okay. I'm talking about, first of all, I'm talking about this. This is one piece, right? See, you see this over here, this is a whole area. There is no center in here. The only way to make a center is this way. So do you notice the only way to cut the center is this way? See, they both have this, but this is shaping up the 4 individual boxes. This is breaking a box up into 4 and giving me a central point where X marked the spot. Now, the thing about 1, 2, 3 is that if I would do the beehive this way, right, I would count 1 area, 2 areas used, 3 areas used. But if I'm doing the same thing this way, it's not the same. When I'm counting this way, I'm going to show you 1 area above. I'm going to show you 1, 2, 3 areas above. I'm going to show you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this becomes 1, 3, 5. While this one, this angle becomes 1, 2, 3. So which one is the one we should be working with? At the same time, let me try and fix this focus here. Right? So you can see what we're doing, right? Now, the thing is, there's 2 things about these angles. I can take the next one and run it here, right? I can take the next one and run it here. Do you see what's happening? If I want to start on the same 45-degree angle here, right, and not come down to the 90 angle here, I'm going to go 3 and 3. I'm going to show you this again. 1 area, 2 areas, 3 areas. Now, if I only want to get 3 areas, I have to jump a whole area. Now I end up with 1, 2, 3 areas. You see these areas here, and the same area is here, right? We split up the same line. This line will end here, it'll end here, it'll end here, it'll be absolutely perfect, splitting everything up, right? And you end up with 2 half squares at the end and 2 whole squares over here is because when you count this way, you're only counting by parts. See the way you're running through everything? This is a part broken up. This is a part broken up. This is a part broken up. When we count this way, right? When we count this way, I have a whole area here. And here I have 3 whole areas. And here I have 5 full areas. So here, when I'm counting by 2s, it's showing me wholeness. And here, when I'm counting by 1s, it's showing me half area space divided. So 1 is on this angle. So my question comes to be, right, if I have to cut through here this way, I'm creating X's in each one of my spots. So the times multiple, what is it telling me? Is it telling me about a plus, a multiplication? What is a multiplication, etc.? So you see what's going on with this. Now, when we look at this, right, see this over here? I want to put this inside of something. So I recreate it here, and then boom, look at that. But I can't do the same to here. If I did that the same, there is no center. My outside of that is over here. The inside of this is 1 and 8, 1 on the inside. The inside of this is 4 and 12. This is purple. 4 and 3. This is purple. Red and blue. How is that possible? Well, if you go to the game of pool, and the game of pool, the law of separation by 8 plus the 1 number you're on, 8 plus 4 is 12 plus the 1 number you're on is 9 positions. So it's the purple ball. So the lower house and the upper house. This is going to tell me 4 and 3. So it's going to show me the same house. Okay, 1 is a stripe, 1 is a solid, and 4 and 3, Earth and Mars comes together. The same way Earth, numeric value, call me far-fetched, right? And Mars, matter and energy, if you want, maybe running in the oceans, right? Earth is 52 and Mars is 51. Since it's 51 and 52, that's V1, 1, and V1. Now, my question is that the way we create the V? How am I supposed to create the true V? Is this the V, talking about half a block? Is this what the U is? We have to understand how we make our letters. But regardless, 5 and 2 can be this way, saying 5 minus 2 equals to the third planet, or 5 plus 2 equals to 7, and now Earth is located with Uranus. And if we want to know if that works, Uranus is the 7th planet, Earth is the 3rd planet, equaling to 10. We look into our star system, 3 and 7 equals to a 10. Now we want to know our crossover reflection, that's 1 and 9 equals to a 10. So we both have 10, and they both run with that, like right over there, right? Because the 5, they each got to work with the 5. So you can either use this one plus these two, equaling to 25, 15 and 10, 25. Actually, it's 1, 1, 5, 25. It says joy. J10, O15, Y25. Break up that 25 to create joy. Now the question is true, not true, making it up inside of Y, just to let you know, is Earth, and this is Mars. This is our basic creation of the two worlds, A, B, C, D, equals to J10. It's also part of what is 104. And this is your communication. This is your CB code communication. It's your 1 and 4 block. It's your 1 and 4 starting blocks. It's also October 4th, which is the 277th day of the year. 277, it's the house of bait, number 27, or is it 77 matter, or is it 77 power? Matter. Or how about 77 for CHR15T? They're each 77. So the mathematics will give me 63. You know, for 63, you also get the pen with number 63, with the fish, one part of Mars. And from this, you get this. And this is number 71. 7 times 1, 7 plus 1 equals to 7 and 8 and 87, reflecting the number 12. The number 12. 12 The number 12. By the way, half of the sperm is an angel. 39 and 39 is 78. It's 12. How can I explain why it's 12? Just give me a second. Oh boy, I got myself in a pinch. I don't remember what it was. So this becomes Earth. So now it goes to the moon. Yes, 12, because the word 12, okay, equals to 87. But if you add up 1 all the way to 12, it equals to 78. This, when multiplied and added, will leave me with 56 and 15. Now, 56 is going to tell me a whole lot of stories because 56 is the inside of what is 7, and that is your sky pass. See, now let me see what this was. 56, right. So we have 56. So what's in between here and here? Well, it's 0.5. 6 minus 0.55 plus 0.5 becomes 55. It becomes sky 55 or pass 55. It's into the half-life. It's into the half-life. Half-life. Right? Even when you say the word after, for an English and French person, this tells me about half the earth. Half terre. Terre is the earth word. Half terre. So what happens now? Why did we get to this? Why is it a gateway in the moon, which is numeric value 57? Why is this 104 communication? In CB codes, it tells you had communication. When you get up to J and D, it is D. What is ABC? 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals to 6. A plus B plus D equals to 10. So if you see 106, you're going to be talking about the F world, creation of the F world. This world here, your F, your J, and your F. So when you have BCD, okay, that equals to number 9. Your 6 is in rotation of the 9 birth. It's 1.5 the difference. Now, don't forget that 1.5, that 105. Don't forget that 105. Or don't forget those 15s crisscrossing, right? All the information is just sitting right over here. All you got to do is understand these elements, what you see, what you don't see, right? According to this, we really can only have 7 letters in our alphabet. According to this, 6 with a separation of 1 starting at 1, 6 plus 1 equals to 7. That's it. The 8 and the 9 are in the voided area. And you always begin something with one team playing the other. Except in bowling, it's a little bit different. We'll talk about bowling a little bit after. It's just funny the way this comes over here, and it creates number 27 by creating the 18 and the 9 equaling to 27. It's so intricate how I should be explaining it when I showed you 1 and 8 equaling to a total of 9, and in that 9, 1 plays the role in the core position. And the true harness of this is right here in the center, because there's only one voided in here. Only one void. You can only see 3. Okay, I'm going to show you 6 of them. When I show you all of these, don't count the cube on this corner. Don't count the cube on this corner because you see it, right? So when I flip it around, you're only going to be counting 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 only, what you didn't see. Every other one, right, you knew. You had 2 here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then all you need is here. So you have 8 and 4. That's the Pluto way. 8 and 4, planet Pluto. I think it's 7 times 12, right? 7 times 12 equals to 84, right? Plus 7 equals to 91. 91 equals to the word spirit. Now, spirit possibly can be a connection between 9, 11, right? 1 and 8. I'm going to not do it this way. I'm going to do it upside down. I got 2 and 7. I got 9 and 9. I got 4 and 5. I got 9 and 9. And look at that. At 4.5, I got a connection. That's a Fox. That's Fox headquarters right over here. It's a sky pass right over here. And if you add up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, it equals to 45. 9 times 6 is 54, which is ingrained into us. 3 to the power of 2, 2 to the power of 3, understanding house of Venus, earth, spirit, coming from alpha and beta, 1 and 2, Mercury and Venus, where Mercury plays a role in earth. Earth gets the 8. If Mercury had to come out as the first planet, it would go over here. There would be 8 left over. This is the only way to create the earth marking. Why the earth marking? It has 2 marks. 2. So I'm going 2, or I'm going 2. And Mars has 1 mark, so I'm going either 1 and 1. My only way through here is going to be this way. Multiplication, that becomes Earth. Addition, this becomes Mars. Inside of Mars, okay, over here, there's only 1 bet of 8 to 1 inside of this one. In Earth, there is a wager of 35 to 1. When you go to the roulette table, you putting everything on different specific lines on the table. And when you put it between 4 windows, it's 8 to 1. You get 8 back when placing 1 chip. Each one of these will be 35, 35, 35. Here you'll get 140. And here you'll get 35 and 35, 70, say 140. And then over here you'll get 148. That's your payout. I'm not going to put a chip here and a chip here and a chip here and a chip here because that gives you 68. That's 216. It just so happens 2160 is the diameter of the moon. That when you come into here, if I use the primary of your creation, which is only the center, all you're going to get is 35 out of this one. It just so happens that this cube center is 3.5. When there are 2 cubes and you go the game of craps, it now becomes the center of 3.5. 3.5 is 7, and all your opposites are 7. 2 and 5 is 7. 6 and 1 is 7. 4 and 3 is 7. Notice the white one is 3. Notice the red one is 4. So those are all your 7s, but it's just really ironic. It's just ironic. I'm going to come back to here in a minute, right? That O15, N14, E5 equals to 34. Now, I got 34 right there, and it's a 7. And it's funny that, you know, I got 6, and the opposite of that 6 is 1, right? So I got the 6 opposite of 1. And 1 and 6, so I got 6, and I got 1. But I also created the 3 and the 4 right with that, right? So I'm going to go 3, and then I'm going to go 4, right? There we go. Now, with the number 6, 19 and 9, very important, and 24, right? 28, 24, because it's going to be 6 by 28 and 7 by 24. The 6 will be the Mars, and the 24, 7 will be the Earth, because Earth is number 52 and Mars is number 51, where Uranus runs with Earth. Uranus is 94, 2 by 47 time, 2 bells, right? And then you have you're running Mars with Saturn. Saturn is 93. So this one over here is 3 by 31 evenly, the cube, and this is 3 by 31 plus 1. Or you can go 3 by 32 minus 2. We try to bring this to formation, the Earth formation, multiplied by 3, or when you're moving down, it moves by 3. 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, 2, 5, 8, 11, 13, all the way to 36. When you reach 36, the formation is complete, and then you can start over again. So 36 or 360 degrees, possibly one of the reasons we run in 360 degrees, because we've completed that formation of numbers. So now every time you get 360 degrees, you get a ring or a piece of a ring. And it shows us that when we're working on a 1440-minute day, right, or we're working on 60 seconds or 60 minutes or 24 hours, we have to understand, where do we place our rings? How many rings will be here? We have 8,600, 8,640 seconds in a day to hours in a day to minutes and seconds. So this one's minutes. This one's also minutes. This one's hours, and this one's the seconds in the day. So how many 360s? Because there's 4 over here. There's no 360s in here. Here we get 1/6. There's no 360s in here or 36 in here. So this is, what is this? This is 2/3. And the other one would be 1/3. 12, 12, 12. If we're working in 12s, this will be 5 by 12. And if we're working by 12s, this will be 12 by 120. To note that 120 times 3 equals to 360 degrees. So we have to understand how we get. What we're going to do with this one, just multiply it by 3, just so the equation is not so hard. And we end up with 25,920. And then I think that's the back tune, or one of the, there's the Mayan great count comes out of 3 days of creation. 3 days in 1 day and 3 days in 1 day. That's the cycle we're running. Let me see what Miss Tammy said. Right. Okay. Yes. There's another thing about that. Yeah. There's another thing about that, is that when you're making up flowers or vibrations, right, you can tell how you draw that flower, of possibly that the M is showing you is exactly on this side, I have this. But from the other side, what happens from the other side is my hand is always here. And do I have a piece of wood or something? Let's say this is, no, not big enough. I need something a little bit longer. Let's say we have this standing up here, right? And this is here and my hand is here, right? Let me do it this way, right? And what happens is this comes from above. Here's my hand, and it lowers down. It lowers down, and it sits right here. And now it becomes, it says the M letter, right? Is that possible? You see the way it's the M letter right over here? I don't know if it's like that. Depending what shape comes down, what connects, is there a bridge that's going to cross to create the letter H? I don't know. Anyways, I don't want to get lost in this taxing thing over here. So we were counting this, right? 1 and 6 are opposite of each other. So let's see how far they go together. If you add this up, if you added this up over here, it equals 52. 2 and 5. So now we're going to take this dice. We're going to go 2 and 5. So here we have 2 and 5. Here we have 6. Here we have 1. And here we have 3 and 4. And the answer is in the cube. So you know that when you have 1 and you have 6, you get 3 and 4 and 5 and 2. So what else do you get? Well, if I had to turn this one over, I would get this over here. If I had to turn that one over, I would get that over here. So we take this over here and we turn it over, and we're going to get 4, 3 again. Right? But what we get with this also is this becomes 8, 49. And then this one becomes 3, 56. This one over here becomes this one over here. Well, let's do the mathematics with this. Why? The word 8 equals to 49. The word 3 equals to 56. Again, we have 105. You ever hear of this? This is talking about Mars. Mars quarters in the dog pound, or whichever in the pound. You don't have to say the dog pound. I don't want to use that. But anyways, in the pound, and one of the reasons for that I can show is that when we create this pound image over here, right? I am going to see Mars is only 4 areas, right? And then I'm just going to do this again, right? And then Mars is 4 areas. And then we're going to draw one of these again, right? And then Mars is 4 areas here. And then we're going to draw it up one more time. And then we're going to do Mars is over here, right? So you have 4 and 5. Whoop, I didn't draw the line there. 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, right? So you have 4 of 5, 4 and 5, 4 and 5, 4 and 5, 4 and 5. And then from all of this, it all had to do only with 9. So what would I do this equation? Would it be 16 out of 20? 7 and 2 are left over. It's called the House of 8, number 27. And where did that 27 come from? It came from the 360 degrees that we run. Where was that 360 degrees? Right here, 27. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6. We have to understand a little bit more about the 6 and 3 itself. There are 2 of those. 3, 4, 5, and 6, there are 2. Hold on a second. Yeah, 3, 4, 5, and 6, right? The only ones that don't duplicate is this, right? But they actually do duplicate because the 2 is in the 3, in the 6, in the 5, in the 4. So let me get back to the other one. I'm trying to piece this all together so no one gets lost here. You see the ace, which is also noted to be 1, right? The ace, okay, is located just 6, 5, 5, 1, 3, 5. The ace is located in the 3 and in the 5. So this is where the ace is located, inside of this. Okay, there's a ace dot. Now in the 2, the 4, and the 6, okay, is the location, okay, is inside of here. The 2 is located in all of these. So in number 2, we're going to show you number 2. Here is number 2, right? And here is number 4. And then here right, is number 6. So we have 1 times 2 here, 2 times 2 here, and then we have 2 times 2 here, and then 1 times 2, or is it the half life? The reality of area space questioning itself, is each one of these an individual, or is this an individual one piece and then this is another piece, and this is 1. So that's all of a sudden 1, and then you got 3, and then you got 6. 1, then you got 2 areas, then you got 3 areas. So you got 6, 6, 6, 6, depending on how you want to add these up. Right now, I'm just using old builder's code that I have to use each one as an individual, and I have to measure this from corner to corner. Otherwise, I can be measuring this as a puck. Either it's a puck down this way, another puck, first period, second period, third period, first period, second period, third period. And then there's first period, second period, third period. There's 3 of them. There's 9 periods in here that you can turn this. So the question is, so now that we know we have 2, we also have the 7 void in each one. 7 void, right? It would be the 7 void, but not true, because when you get to this one, it becomes the 5 void. And when you get to this one, I don't want to put that in here. I already did, right? When you get to this one over here, where's my pen? When you get to this one here, you're actually at the 3 void. So I don't even like that I put that, so I'm going to scratch that out. So I have 7, 5, and 3. 3C, 5 U, and 7 G. 3, 5, 7, 357. It's that magnum, right? It's that magnum 357. 3C. Oh, I mixed that up. Sorry. That's not what it is. Wow, I'm not happy with this paper. It's E5, it's U, and it's G. But the thing is, it can also be N. 7, 5, 3. UNG, the gateway through the UN, the magnum. So what do we have here? We have a Venus here. We've got 2 more Venuses here. That's 3 Venuses. And all of a sudden we got 4. We have 5 Venus plus a half Venus. 5.5 Venus. 5.5 Liberty. That's 16. That brought in both gateways before. We saw what the 1 and the 6 did. That creates 7 to what creates 7 to what creates 7. 1 and 6 equals to 6 and equals to 7 multiplied. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 equals to 6 times 7, 6 plus 7. And you have a total of 55, or 5.5. The halfway point between 99 and 0. Is that not correct? The halfway point between 9 and 0, 99 and 0. Let me back this one up over here. We were talking about what is 8. Well, when you have just a singular dot here, there's going to be 8 left over. When you have 6 here and you have 3 left over, the value of the words are this. The total will equal to 105, and the total will equal to what is 96, so we know there's a rotation. Why do you say 96? I need to reduce my number to stay under 100. So keeping it under 100, first of all, this is I, like an I am. And just to let you know that I didn't mention it before, but if you're talking about AI, right, here's your I, and here's your AI, right? By the way, if it was Roman numerals, it would be A1. That's the highway along the ocean, right? But AI is the first and the 9th. Where inside of where AI is in this one over here. You're going to be creating 11. Right? And here you're going to be creating 9. Did I get that right? Right. So in here, when you're creating 11, right, there is no 1. You do not use the 1 when you're creating 11. There's no 1. And when you're creating the 9, there is no 9. But there is a 9 because everything is equivalent to 9. When you're creating 9, everything's equivalent to 9, but you do not use the 9. When you're creating 11, you use every number, but you do not use the 1. So I'm assuming, okay, I'm assuming somehow, right? Somehow that, hold on a second. Let me get back to where we did that put together of 9/11. Okay, here's your 9/11, 3, 6, 9. So here's our 9, 2, 8, 3, 6, 5. So you can see what happens here, right? It's almost like we stretch these out and we're going down 4, 5, and 6. Happens to be the Federation. We're going down through that medium right over here. We've connected all the numbers, but we don't connect and talk about all the stars, right? See, I'm not going from 7 to 3. I'm going from 7 to 2. If this was the 10 world, I'd be passing through the 5 system. So just hold on a second. I'm just a little lost with what I was looking for. Right. So I don't use. So if I was to put another row here, right, actually, I would want to put it actually down here, but I don't want to mess this up. Right. This would be, oh, actually, this would be 4, 5, and 6. This one over here would be 9. This would be 10, 11, and 12. So since this would be 10, which would be 1, right? How can I still make 11 with this 1? This would be 10. I would have to take my arm and stretch it all the way up to here to connect in here. Now, the only reason that I would think that I can do that, and I'm thinking that since 1 and 2 had to come out of the game, 1, 2, 3 had to come out of the game. They have to come out of the game in order to get up to 13. Sorry. We need to take 1 and 2 out of the game to begin with. Then 3 becomes out of the game because 4 is the opposite of 3. Do you see the green 3? Do you see the green 4? They're on the opposite sides. When you play with this 3, you are on 18. Sorry, you are on 17. Stand on 17, just the way Blackjack says, just about 21, just about the chicken egg hatches on the 21st day, just about there's only 18 eggs for 360 degrees because on the 7th day, perhaps everything gets greased up. But on the 7th day of the week, the chicken doesn't hatch. And I don't care if it's sometimes or it's this. That's the basic truth from the farmers. I need to get a drink. I'm going to come back and see if I can reflect. So I'm thinking that 1, 2, 3 was replaced with 10, 11, and 12. But the connection in 9/11 to create 9, we have the 1 with the 8. The 2 and the 7 is now good as the bell in the center, going between 2, 7 and 2, 9, making 9, 11 from the Venus position. The inverted to that position would be 8 and 1, 9. I'm going to show you this. The inverted position to where we have 2 hanging on to 7 and 9. And 7 and 9 is going to run you into Mars and the moon, but not the sun. Mars and the moon. And you know what's ironic about that? Is the word moon is 57 and Mars is 51. And the inverted numerics for this is 51 and 57. The value of M is 13. That means the opposite is 14. The value of O is 15. The opposite is 12. Another O, another 12, another N. The opposite of N is M13. So when you add these up together, 14 and 12 is 26, and 12 and 13 is 25. It equals to 51. And now when you do it the other way around, the opposite of M is 13. The opposite of A is Z26. The opposite of R is I9. The opposite of S is 8H. So we go 8 and 9, 17, plus 26 is 43. 8 and 9, 17, plus 26 is 43, plus 13 is 53. 8, 9, 17, plus 26. 17, 26 is 43. Oh, sorry. S is 19. I made a mistake. S is 19 plus 8. That's correct. R, right? Okay. The opposite of M is 14. is 14, just like over here, M for moon. So it's 8, 17, 43, 57. So this one's 57. So it's an exact replica. It also says Heinz. These are the letters it creates from Mars, and that's 57. And the N reflects the Z, and the I reflects the H. It becomes, we're just going to look at it this way. We're going to put 8, 8, 9, and 5. 6 and 7, Mars plays a role with Earth inside Uranus and Saturn. How does that come to be? Right? How does that come to be? So where did I go with this? Yeah, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna replace 1 with 10. I'm gonna replace 2 with 11. And it should really go like that. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you'll have 12 areas, but these are out of the game. You'll have 12 areas, and we're only going to have 1 through 9 with those 12 areas. So we're going to go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then this is the area that reconnects that area. You follow me? We only go, right? That area here completes everything. So you end here, and then you have these 3. But somehow you have to have this one connected because this is the opposite of that one, right? So anyways, that's how I get my 12. Roulette shows me everything works in 12s for 36. It also tells me that I only can use 12s because I only can use 3 by 3 by 3. And the calculator shows me that I go 1, 4, 7, 3 by 3 by 3. I need something to drink. I got a little bit lost in what I said. If you have something to ask me, if you were confused about something, if I missaid something, Gates Omega Divide, G-O-D, Gates Omega Divide, divide the egg. What is that egg? The egg is the web, right? Charlotte's Web, the egg in the web. The web that came from where was the pig hiding the rat's egg? Rat number 39, Angel. Rat number 10. The egg stank, the stink, the stench. Something that stinks, the stench leads you to black and white, which is the skunk. S-K-U-N-K. S-K-U-N-K. I like to think of my K as the 2 cages for the canine of the UN. UN 3 and 5. It has to do something with the moon, and it just stinks, right? It's number 21, which reflects to the first time you're ever going to say 1, right? Or first is going to be at 21st. Once you go to 1, your completion of 1 is really at 21st. Even though you write another 1 at 10, your completion is not till 21st when you repeat it. It's 1 and 21st, blackjack. Not because it counts for this, not because of many other realms of counting 10 and then counting 20. Because when you say you're counting 20, you're actually just counting from 10 all the way through 20. But we switch over into the next section of numbers when we get there. When we reach 19, remember I said we're going to take away the 1 and 2? Well, what happens is when you get to 19, 1 plus 9 is 10. 1 plus 1, 1 plus 0 is 1. So right away when you get to 19, you didn't even do the whole 10. You're missing by 2, but now you're starting over. And then you count up to 28. 2 and 8 is 10. So you didn't even get to the end. Now the next one is, okay, the next one is 37, 46. 1 goes up, 1 goes down. Where am I? Well, you know what? Now that you brought up that little realm, right? Oh, yeah, by the way, if you want to look at Heinz, here you can create the H, crossover, crossover. It also creates a star, bringing a line down to there, and a line across. This one over here, okay, I did all 3 of them. I shouldn't have done it that way. Here it's the I and the Z. So when you're doing this, right, when you do that and you show this dice, you're going to see the 2 or the 5 pointing up or down, right? That's when you see this. This is going to tell you about your N and your IN equaling to 23 or 9 and 5, if I got that correctly. And then over here, it's going to be the 3 and the 4, and the 6 is this way. See, it stands up. And in this one over here, you're going to create your H and your N, number 22. H and N, 22. Z and I, 34. There's 12 in between the two, which is very good. You need 12 in between. 2 cubes you're going to work with. At the same time, when you do that, both of them will have 7 used areas with 2 empty. That's your house of bait. Okay, the house of bet. BET equals 27. B with ET. Notice that B, sorry, that was a 13. Sorry, that was a 13. Hold on. Okay, there you go. But that wasn't. That was actually just a C or E with your B. Fancy ways of writing. So now that we have this, that we have the I and the H, which is 2 to the power of 3, 3 to the power of 2. Just so happens in horse racing, the 2 and the 3 interchange colors. It's white and blue with the thoroughbreds, and it's blue and white with the harness. I think it's something like that. Something like that. Just want to make sure my phone didn't ring. Yeah, okay, so again, what I wanted to talk about, I skipped over. I want to see that I didn't leave anything out with the dots and the dashes. And so let me get back. And so we finished with that. Now, the ironic thing is, okay, I think it's with 1 and 8 that if you multiply this or this by the same number, add them up to a single digit, they'll be the same. They'll be the same difference from their number. For instance, number 6. 6 times 1 is 6. That means it's 5 away from 1. 6 times 8 is 48. 4 plus 8 is 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 5 is 8. Now, if you want to choose another number like 4, 4 times 1 is 4. 1 plus 3 is 4. So remember, the number will be 3. 4 times 8 is 32. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. Always the same. They're perfect. Even what happens when I use 3 and 8? 2 times 8 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. 2 times 3 is 6. So this one went down 1. This one went up 3. Let me do it again. 4 by 8 is 32 equals to 5. So it went down 3. This one becomes 9. It goes up 3. You see, they don't work the same. These numbers work perfect. These numbers work oddly. Here you have the ring and the pull of Mars. That finger there, the 9th, the 4th, the 19th, the 14th. So you know AI runs through Mars because it holds that finger or that finger. These are both the 4th and the 9th finger. Also the 7th finger or the 17th finger. So 17 again is back to Mars. So Mars is holding, Mars does not hold AI within it. Because again, 2, that's the finger it is. Then it becomes 7. That's the finger it is. And 9. That's the finger it is. 2, 7, and 9. It's also 2, 4, 7, and 9. So if it's 2, 4, 7, 9, it's 12, 14, 17, and 19. Same with that one there. This one here is where the monkey comes in. It's the 3rd, the 13th, the 8th, and the 18th. Talking all about angels. All about angels. 3, 13th, right? 3 before anything was mirrored. 13 in the Barmitzvah, coming into the teens, coming into 99. 18 is the 18 would be 10 and 8 minus 2. We'd be in the house of bet. So are they talking about the angels, or they're not talking about the angels? Because they're talking about the monkeys. They're talking about gold. They're talking about busting out. And the house, in order to get gold next door, right, we have to do this. If I put the podium up here, usually third and fourth place or second and third place are on the same level. Not if I do it here. If I do it here, right, I'd have to put the gold in this position here, and 4 and 6 would be the silver and the bronze. So we have to understand this counting, right? How we count in this 1, 2, 3. The invert to this 1 is 48. We'll get to that in another minute, not for the 48 minutes in basketball. We won't get to that yet. Let me see where I am in this. Where I am. Something that's going to make sense. I still want to get to the star. I still want to show you the star. Okay, so I really am a little lost for where I'm going next. Here's bowling. When I looked at a bowling script on how to mark score, it showed me these 3 spaces were not used for the strike zone. In most of the stuff they showed me online, they showed me like this. In this area over here, in the 10th frame, this would be the 10th frame, right? So there's 6 areas in the 10th frame. In every other one, right, there's 4 areas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, when we start off in life, we start off in this area over here, and we walk ourselves to the end of life. We don't get that extra ball because there is no strike. We strike out at the end. We don't get to play this. So in here, we start off with life 6, and then we go to 10, 14, 18, 22, 26, 30, 34, 38, 42, right? Usually a series. Yeah, okay. So although it might not seem like much, but it's the explanation. It's all in pieces and parts, right? And in these boxes, we're only going to use one square, right, to mark whether we got the strike or the spare. I don't care about the other numbers right now. I just want to talk about strikes and spares. So when you do that, we might be talking about one single little box, and these are all my boxes from Mars. All my boxes from Mars. Here I get 1.5 times. Mars is 1.5, like in blackjack plays 1.5, right? 1.5 times the bet when you get the blackjack, right? You put up in insurance, and that's what you get. Mars is number 51. It's 51 and 41 in the game, bringing the 2 worlds together. The 1 is for the Mercury and Earth, or 2 Venuses in Mars. Because Mars, the basic start off, let's say, should it be like this? And that's your 6 and 9, your 3 times 3, your plus 3. And then you bring it down like that, right? And then how many areas does this end up taking up in this deal? See that? You have your here, here, and here for your 6, and then you connect these 2 worlds together for your 8. So now do we take the wings out and just count this area over here and not count all these points over here? So we have our 4 area here. Should I be counting this area here, this area here, and this area here? Because if I did count all that area, I end up with this here. And this is where the 2 worlds come together for the even numbers, and then this one's for the odd numbers. Mars and Earth. 33 for the Earth, and 22 ape bust for Mars. So we're going to get back to the bowling. We use 42. Now, if we're going to do this, we're going to do this again, but we're going to go forward this time. Number 42 will be inside of here, right? 1 versus 1, every single game. Who won my heads up score against your heads up score? Who won the game, right? That'll be a total of 84, bringing us back to what is Pluto. But also in this, number 24, When you multiply it and add it, it equals 8 and 6 equaling to what that 14 is again. Remember that 14, that's our communication. It's our communication. We know we're communicating. The N letter reverses the N letter, right? It reverses the N letter. It's on the other side. It's almost like they're connected, right? So where are we? So we have 8 and 6. Also 8 and 6 is divided up, right? Here's our 8. So if we have 44 8, we have 33 6. And then if we have 26 8, we have 51 6. And then if we have 24 6, we have 53 8. Each one of these the mathematics will equal to this 662255. 662255. Isn't that ironic? 662255. That's the math. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. 5 times 3, 5 plus 3. Ho, ho, ho. 69 in rotation of 33. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3, 15. So, and just, I'm going to jump to that for a second, that when you go 3 times 3, 3 plus 3, okay, just give me a second. The opposite of that is 4 times 4, 4 plus 4. The crazy thing is the total 39 is the same thing number 74 will give you. It's also for angel and Jesus. It's also noted that all my 347s and 167 and 257 to where 4913, the Barmitzvah, to 7613, to 8 and 513. 1 and 3 is 4, 7 and 4. Do you follow me? Yeah, just okay, so yeah, I can't make that phone call right now. So where was I? So yeah, when I was adding these up, 1 and 6 equals to 7, 8 and 5 equals to 13, 1 and 3 is 4, making everything over here number 74. I'm going to take a 1-minute break to just go do this. What's up? Go ahead. Right? Yes. Wow. Wow. Very nice. Wow. Well, I'm sending you, just keep doing it. I can't send you anything. Okay. Ciao. Bye. Okay. I don't like to answer the phone. So I'm going to show you that we're talking about 33. We're talking about 74. Now, is it real? What is 74? Does anybody know 74? If I said 47, it'd be time, right? Would it be time? Because I'd be seeing it from this side. You'd be seeing it from that side. It would look different. Why 74? Why 33? I wish somebody would say, yes, it's pertinent. Did you know gold, silver, and bronze are all end value after the math are number 8s? Let me show you this first before I get to that piece. Gold, silver, bronze. 28. You notice when you say something, you're saying fourth. So in the next one of these, this TH will go at the other end, and the third and the fourth planet are opposite on the cube. RD, IR, the house of bait resides inside of this. This comes from number 36. This is 99. This number will reside in 13. This is where everything gets broken up into the nines using I and R. There's only 2 letters in the alphabet that come together that create this. And it's number 36 that creates it, C and F. CC equals F. So when you take this 28 and 27, right, is 55, and 4 is 59. So here's how it goes. 3 times 8 equals 24. 3 plus 8 equals 11. 24 plus 11 equals 35. 11 minus 24 equals to 13. This equals to 4. This equals to 8. 8 times 5 equals to 40. 8 plus 5 equals to 13. 40 plus 13 equals to 53. 5 and 3 equals to 8. Minus 40 equals to 27. I'm going to put that one at 9. See that 8, 9, the Mars marriage with the 9 birth. The last one is going to be 80, is going to equal to 8. But we're going to do this. 8 times 8 equals 64. 8 plus 8 equals 16. 16 plus 64 equals to 80 equals to 8. So the primary addition position all equals to 888. The other one equals to 490, or 7 by 70. So they all equal to 8. I also like to look at this as 712. I don't know if it's really, you're supposed to do it that way, as 712, 71 is the gateway inside the house of bait, like for number 17. Where can we get 17 or 71? Well, from 78, right? 7 times 8 is 56. 7 plus 8 equals to 15. 15 plus 56 equals to 71. If you want to minus it, equals to 41. Shows you the beginning of the 2 cubes communication. You want to find out where number 11, what number 17 is. So you get 5 times 2 equals 10. 5 plus 2 equals to 0. 7 plus 7 equals to 17. Minus 10 equals to 3. So you can have your third area inside this numeric evaluation, 10 and 7. The reason for that is because of what the French say. And this number is relevant in Mars. 17 times 3 equals 51. Now, the reason I say that it's relevant in Mars, because the French tell you to say 17 is 10 and 7. So I know right away that it's inside of Mars. Only the 7 and the 9 in French, okay, are said all 9 times. 7, 8, and 9 are said all 9 times, but not all the other numbers. Number 1 is not said. Okay, number 1 is only said 7 times. It's 7 times, 7 times. You're going to say number 1, okay, by going 1. But sorry, I think it's 6 times. You say 1, you say 21, you say 31, you say 41, you say 51. Okay, you do not say, okay, you say 61. You do not say 71. You say 81, and you don't say 91, and you don't say 11. These are the 3 not said. And this is 162, which connects to the moon, plus 11 equals 173. See, this one was 1, 7, and 2. This one is 1, 7, and 3. Now down here, you're going to have 22. Let me see what it is. 1 and 81. 1 and 81 is 82. 21 and 61 is 82. 31 and 51 is 82. And again, we're left with 41 in the center. Or 15 equals to 5 and 6 equals to what is 30, and 11 equals to 41. Or 24 equals to 8 and 6 equals to 14. Do you notice these two coming together? This is the O and this is the X. Number 39 for angel, which comes out of number 47. You remember we spoke before, number 74, right? The word 9 and 4 was 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 7 and 6 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 8 and 5 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. And the bottom side is 1 and 6, 7. 4 and 3, 7. 2 and 5, 7. So you have all number 74s. So 4 times 7 equals 28. 4 plus 7 equals to 11. 11 and 28, right, equals to 39. And if you minus it, right, it equals to 17. So now you can see where it comes from. So now where does it belong, right? Did we understand this little gibberish went on here? The other thing is 9 times 9 equals to 18 and 81. 1 and 8, right? So we take 1 and 8 and we go 1 times 8 is 8. 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 and 8 equals to 17. 9 minus 8 equals to 1. So now we have A and we have C. And in between the AC, what we built is between 7 and 9. Between 7 and 10 becomes 9 and 8. Becomes 7, 8, 9, 10 between this conjunction of numbers over here. See how 88? Notice window, right? So if I took four sides, there's 6 sides. So I go A, B, C, D equals to 10. So maybe I got Windows 10. And then I'll go E, F for 11, for Windows 11. Did you know that the separation between 10 and 11 is 10.5 between 10 here and 11 here? That's the separation. I'm just trying to think what equals to 36. 63, 36. This equals to 39. This equals to 63. But the answer is only 93 in this. 90, yeah, the answer is going to be 93. It equals to Saturn. 3 times 3 cubes. When 10.5 becomes the separation, you have 3 cubes. 3.5 each to the center of what is 7. I mean, it's obvious that the 4 and the 3 is 7, 3.5 center, 5 and 2, 3.5 center, 1 and 6, 3.5 center, right? So then you have that 105. And again, 15 for Mars, JE for in the beginning of I am, right? That M is the 13th letter, 1 through 13. So let's see if we did that right. Now we're going to flip this book over. Number 74 is over here. Well, how do we put 74 over here? Well, we're just going to go to the first 4 blocks of numbers. I'm going to stop on 36. Then we're going to go after and see why we stop on 36. First of all, it's at 288 is my addition. Hopefully I didn't get it wrong. Is this last block? 144. 72 times 4. 72 times 4. 36. So what we're going to do is when I add up this box and this box and this box and this box, totals 58. So if I pick any box, pick box 5. 5, 19, 42. And now we go to mirror ourselves, 44, 54, 64, 74. Did we mention what 74 is? Right? Muhammad. Energy. Cross. Rubix. Tack pans. Jesus. If I want to go backwards, I'll talk about time. I'll talk about walk. I like to talk about the bull as well for these numbers that will recreate what is 3 and 9. Also to note that if you're dividing things by 3, I just want to see something. I think it's all going to be this answer. Okay? 70 divided by 3. So I don't want to do it here. I want to do it somewhere else. I really, really want to mark that down where I had the first one was 19.333, then 23.333, and then we're going to do 82 divided by 3 is 0.33 something, is 27.333. They're really whole numbers, but we don't see them as whole numbers because we're using up one box of the other three boxes, right? So there's really only three numbers. It looks 3 out of 4, but we're only playing all three, right? You follow what I'm saying? And if you want, once we take up this box and I do the same thing on this side, right? I only have these two boxes empty. So I bring two hearts together, I leave two empty spots, and I'm tied up in Venus. This was an empty spot here. And by putting the two hearts together, it blocks the spot. We lock it in here, we lock it in here, we lock it in here, we lock it in here. And we play between 3, 1, and 3, our 7. So when we continue, everything divided by 3, anything here will be 666, right? So this will be 666. 62 divided by 3 is 20.666. And this one will probably be 23. 74 divided by 3 equals to 24.666. And then the next one will be 86 divided by 3 equals to 28.666. This one over here will be 22. This one over here will be 26. And this one over here will be 30. 66 divided by 3, 22. So now if I want to break down all these numbers, I'm not really sure which way to break them down. You have 19, 20, 22, 23, 24. You don't have a 25. You don't have a 25 in here. You don't have a 29 in here. So anyways, this is the way it breaks down that. But as you saw, what I did, what did I just lose all those, that whole page? I didn't want to lose that page. Yeah. So all these numbers, these first 4, go into there. Now, do we see something that we don't need number 37? Although 31 is created from that number. Do I not need this? 3 times 8, 3 plus 8 equals to 24, and 11 equals to 35. So I got it there. This one will remain that number. The reason I blanked out all these numbers, right? I blanked out all these numbers. Hold on a second. I'll tell you for why. Because 21 shows up at 12. 31 shows up at 13. 32 shows up at 23. 42 shows up at 24. 14, 34, 15, 25, 35, 45. So all these numbers show up before. So all these numbers, 2, 3, 1. Let me see which ones I need to take out. Yeah, they all show up. This one does not. So 1, 2, 3. Let me see. 4, 5. So 8 of these numbers come out. Then not these. I can count this one because it's only 9 again, right? And it comes up over there, but I'm going to leave it. So 48 comes out, right? I forget what I was doing before. So we have, I need this one. I need this one. I need this one, right? I don't need any of these. So I had 8. I have 6. Over here is 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, right? 18, 19, 20. I need this one. I need this one. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 26, 27, 28, 29, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and then 35. 35 of the numbers. Okay. So out of all these numbers, unless I made a mistake, there's 35. So there's 64 and 35 that comes out of this. 1 and 8. 2, 5, and 8 is on the cross, 96 in rotation, 33 ends up in this position over here. Anyways, it's these numbers that go into here, and then they create a star, okay? So when I take these first 4 and add up the first position, the second, it creates this star. So now I go ahead. So now I go ahead, and I did this yesterday, but I'm going over it again, right? Check it out. Star. Here's that star, right? Here's that same star. Here's that same star, right? Now I create 4 other stars from that star in different directions. I'm going to show this again where I could show it in different directions. I'm going to do it on the back page. From this star, first, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to make 2 of them. Then I'm going to make 2 X's down here. Now, in this one, I'm drawing the line this way, and this one I'm drawing the line this way, and this one I'm drawing the line this way, and here's my 4. Now, I take the dice cube, and I take a look. In this one, I got a bar across, right? I got a bar across in this one. I got a bar across in this one. I'm going to use this cube this way with the 4 and the 3 up. This is going to be 4 and 3, and this one's going to be 4 and 3. When this one, because the bar is going up and down, right? I'm going to do that. So it's going to be the representing the 8. This one's going to represent the 8. H. This one's going to represent the I. 9. And in that one, the 2 and 5 is got to go up and down. And this one here is the 2 and the 5, right, is going to go up and down. So when we crisscross all these, I've got 4 different shapes, and then I've got the major shape itself. Now the total numbers are right over here. So when you start adding these numbers and then reducing them, and then reducing them one more time, but when you reduce them one more time, right, when you reduce them one more time, I don't have it in here, I'll draw it up here. When it gets reduced one more time, did someone say pancakes? So when you reduce it one more time, 1 and 3 is 4, 8 remains 8, 1 and 2 is 3, 7 remains 7, 1 and 1 is 2, 1 and 5 is 6, 1, 5, and 9. You know what's funny? That I should be able to change this. If I see an 8, I'll say 18, right? If I see a 7, I'll say 17. I see a 9, it's 19. But every other number, right? Like I see a 1 and 4, 1 and 3, 1 and 2, 1 and 5, 1 and 6 equals 7 equals 6 equals 3 equals 4 equals 5. But when I see this with a 7, 8, and 9, I'm going to go 10 and 7, 10 and 8, 10 and 9, right? And now I'm going to go equals 3 equals 2 equals 1. Or I can go 17, 18, 19. If I went 17, 18, 19, right, I would end up with that. 1 plus 9 equals 10 equals 1. 1 and 8 is 9. 1 and 7 is 8. So these are the answers it's going to give me. It's the IT sun system that we live in right over here. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 equals 5 and 4. 5 times 4, 5 plus 4 equals to 20 and 9 equaling to 29. Also the sky system, right, of 76. 7 times 6, 7 plus 6 equals to what is 42 and 13 equaling to 55. But if we minused it, right, and this is our greatest dice, right, it would equal to a total of 29. 13 will create the 19. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 is what equals to 4 and 3. 4 times 3 equals to 12. 7 and 12 equaling to 19, but at the same time, it equals to 37 and 73. This is the cube. This is going to fit together in the cube, and it's going to keep turning over itself, this number over here. It's going to go 37 to 31 to 37 to 31 to 37 to 31. In rotation of the gateway, 33. See that 33 over here? So this one is going to give me 15, and this is going to give me 15, and this one's going to give me 15. This one's going to give me 6, 12, 15, 18, and this one over here is 15 over here, right? You notice we took the 1, 5, these three over here. Instead of A, E, and I, it's no longer that. The word sun or ace is between here and here and here, and it becomes in this position over here. Because these are still at positions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 remain in the third position. 6, 3, 6, and 9 all remain in their position. But 4, 7, and 1, and 8, 2, and 5 switch positions. What did it take for the 1? We had to multiply 1 times 4 to get back here. We had to multiply 2 by 4 to get over here. We had to multiply 4 by 4, 16. 1 and 6 is 7. This was number 5 here. 4 by 5 is 22 plus 0 is 2. Number 6 was here. 4 by 6, 24. 2 and 4, which is a gateway, equals 6 and 8. But 4 and 2 is 6. 4 times 7 is 28. In Uranus is the cycle of Earth. 28, 2 and 8 is 10. 4 by 8 is 32. 3 and 2 is 5. 4 by 9 is 36. 378. Or 37 and the heavens of 37. Your 1113 gateway. You want to look at it that way, it's like this. Your gateway is in 13 of 11 and 22. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 is 1 and 2 equals to 3. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 is 3 and 4 equals to 7. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 is 4 and 4 equaling to 8. 2 away and 9 away. 2 and 9, your IT system. So how do we get to 222? Well, we add up this one, and this one, and it's 222. Any straight line is going to equal to 222. So when I take this one and the singular one here and this one over here, right, this is going to equal to what is 518, right? 518 plus, which one is it? Did I get this one over here? This one here, okay, is 222. This one here is 222. This one here is 222. And this one here is 222. Why don't we get to 666? What is missing from here to get to 666? It's 148. 2 of these that were not counted before, because I just counted this, this, and this. I only counted 3 lines. But watch. 1, 3 numbers, 3 numbers, and 3 numbers is 9 numbers. Here I only see 7 numbers. So you have to add this one twice. I crossed over it twice. 222, 222, 222 equals to 666 from 5118 Mars heavens of Raish. When I reduce 8 to a 10, 8 and 6 to a 14, to a 9, it equals to 33 in the straight line. It equals to 22, 33 in a straight line. It equals to 33 in a straight line. Here you have a total of 77. The word Christ, power, matter, 77. Now, the thing is, when you wanted to reach 66, right? 22 only, 66, 10, and 12, not counting the hearts, just count the corners. Or if you want, what we're going to do is we're going to come down here and we're only going to count the inside. We're only going to count the inside. 8 and 14, 22, 7 and 15. That's my 22. If I want to count another 22, here's another 22, here's another 22. The 4 22s that are in here are 88. But if I add them all together, 210, 222, 234. This equals to 666. But when we count the star systems of all 222s, it creates 888. Fox headquarters. HQZ. When I add up the H and the Q, it equals to a total of 8 and 17 equals 25. When I add H and Z, it equals to 8 and 26, equaling to 34. When I add up Q and Z, equals to 17 and 26, equals to 43. You notice they're all sevens inside of them. These are what is created from the primary 1 equals to 34 and 6 equaling to 52. And at the same time, they're all 888s. 8 and 26, right, is 8888. So they're all 88s. But in this one, you have 17. In this one, you have 26. So we did that. We put that together. We understand what the 33 is, right? It's the outsides and then the 11 to create 33. But if I add up this 33 and this 33 and this 33, I create 99. That's going to represent Jupiter, right? And Jupiter is going to create 1881, and that's now going to represent Venus, which Venus is number 81, which is going to create the high heavens. You see the sun venue inside of Jupiter? This will create 17 and 17 inside of it. See that 17? And if you do add up 17 and 17, it equals to 34. But to a singular format, it equals to 25. So DC. Now, when you have this, you have hot, because the word hot equals to 43. The word cold equals to 34. So maybe I'll have ice cold blue. And maybe I'll have red hot. Red equaling to 27, hot equaling to 43. So now we have Democrat. At the same time, we also want to not miss out that the ace can be split for ace 11, right? The word ace is 1, 3, and 5. So remember when I was counting before on levels, I can't even see anymore, right? When I was counting on levels, versus counting this way. If I want to start this over again, right, I would have to put my mark over here. If you see, did I do this right? Yeah. Okay, let me finish this. You see this over here? Now, if I want to double up in the center like I did here, you see the way it's even over here and over here, it does that. And then over here, it does this over here, right? But over here, if I want to double it up in the center, I'm going to have to leave a whole area space empty and do it that way. And then I'll go down over here and I'll complete it this way. You know, you've seen the lighting this way. So there's a difference between, you see the point over here and the line over here. This is where the, let me see, 1, 2, 3, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a 5 and 5 area. This one is a 1, a 3, a 5, a 7, and this one over here is 99. Did I get that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, sorry. I think it's 77. 1 here, 3 here, 5 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's 77, these two lines. They're only going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this line and this line both have 7. If I did the same thing here, right, I have 1 line here, then I have 3 here, then I have 5 here, then I have 3 here, then I have 1 here. Yeah, so you can see what's happening in here. They're different. When we count here, it's 1, 2 areas, 3 areas, 4. So here I'm counting A, B, C, D. Here I'm counting A, C, E, G. Ace, G, gateway of the ace. So it's different ways of counting, different ways of seeing things. Anyways, we're going to end the video over here. If there's any other questions, and there was something I didn't do. I'm not sure what I didn't do. Sorry, inside of this. Okay, and I did not finish the grill. I did not finish. Well, I've never ever finished. So we didn't even finish with the bowling, right? And we're in the bowling, you have all these areas, 42 areas, and the most you're going to use is 12 of the areas of the 42. That leaves over 30. This is your base creation, 30 and 12. And remember, boxes, you can put 12 in one area. I'm going to just go over this again. And we can do this with 9 also. But bowling tells me I can put 3 areas in one. So there's 4 boxes here, and 4 here, and 4 here. So that's a total of 4, okay, plus this 4 and this 4. This would be, so you would get 4 with, I'm just trying to figure out, if it was strikes, it would be 30. 10, 10, 10 is 30. So this one is 12, and this one is, this will be 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, 96, 108. This would be 120. 120 degrees, because you get to use all number 12s in here, just like you would put a 10, 10, 10, that'll be 30. And then it'd be 12 again until you strike out the whole game. When you add 1 through 15, it equals to that 120. It's a game of pool. The last piece I'm just going to add in, and I still didn't get in the vibration. Remember, when there's a vibration, right, you're going to be either seeing this or you're going to be seeing this. When you see this, there's nothing in the center. It flows out or splits out. Something about this, it's different. This vibration from this vibration. 2 different ones. Here, I added up these 4 to create my main star. But I have to complete all 99. In fact, I would have to, let's say I go into this star, my average in this star would be 32. So when I crisscross my 3 parts of this star, when I crisscross, right, it'll be 96. So it'll be 96 times 3, right? It'll be 96, 96, 96. It'll be a total of 270 and 18, 288. So this star would be my 288 star. And this would have to happen 4 times 288. 4 times 288 equals 1152. Now, if I would do the whole star completely, it would be 4 times 96 equals 384. 384. It would be 96, 96, 96, 96, 96, 96, 96, 96, 96, 4 times. Or it'd be 3 times. But it'd be 3 times, but you have to do it 4 different ways because of the, hold on a second, because of, there's 4 different ways to create 6. There's only one way to create 8, our stop sign in this. So you end up with 384, and I think that's the long Hebrew year. It's also telling me about monkey, gold, Pluto. What happens if I divided that by 3? Would that do anything? 130, 128. Would it be 128? Yeah, 128. Which would come out to actually 38. I don't know why it comes out to that average, but it does come out to that average. 288 divided by 3 is 297 or something. No, 97. 288 divided by 3 equals 96. It's my rotation of 33 inside this one over here. If I would do this one over here, it works with number 41. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? 123. So that would be 369. If I would do it 4 times, oh, and then it would be times 4. So it'd be 369 times 4 equals to 1476. And then if I only did it 1, 2, 3 by 4, 1, 2, 3 times 4 equals, it would be 492. Whoop. What is 492 divided by 3? 164. Division of day and night, Zion, Israel, 0, the operator. So that's what this one would be worked on 150. This one would be 450. This would be part of the sun systems. It'd be 150 times 3 is 450. 450 times 4, it'd be the half sun system. Yeah, 1800. And then let me see this again. This would be 150. Oh yes, it'd be 600. 608. Let me see if I got that right. 450 by 4 is 1800. 150 by 3 is 450. Okay, that works out. This complete star over here, right, is going to be totaling up 450. 46, 47, 48 equals to 141. This equals to 1. Oh, yeah, it equals to 450. So, and each one of these, here's the one where Christ is in the center. Christ is in the center of this one, this count over here. So this will be 231. So this will be 693. See, this one was 369 with 41 in the center. The King, Christ, Jesus was in the center of the other one where 222 came about. The 4 parts of this, right? The 4 parts about this, crisscrossing all the way, is going to be 231 times 4 equals to 924. 9 days a week, 24 hours a day, 2160. We're inside the moon. So that would be that one. This would be part of the house. Anyways, I'm not going to get into all the numbers. I'm a little bit tired over here. I seen everything you said, Tammy. Seven years, 7 months, 7 days. Well, what's ironic about 777 is 7 times 7 times 7 is 343, right? DC, CD. And 7 plus 7 and 7 is 21. 7 times 7 times 7, okay, is 343 plus 777 equals 21. And 343 equals 364 or 28 times 13. That's 28 times 13 equals to 364. 13 times 7, which is one part of it, equals to 91, which is one part of what is like, look. We have to move in 90-minute increments, 1.5. That's the Mars magic when you play blackjack. That's what you do over there, right? When you have the deck of cards, you have 1 through 13, irrelevant whether you do or you don't, right? And when you have that, you add them up, it's 391. Times 2 suits equals 182. Times 3 suits equals 273, okay? Or September 30th, right? October 31st, right, is 304, like the House of DC, right? House of Bait in the creation of the gateway. So when you have the last one, right, you have a total of 364, which equals to 4 times 91 equals to 364, which is 13 times 7 equals to 91. 1 and 6, 7, 3 and 4, 7, 2 and 5, 7, 9 and 4, 13, 7 and 6, 13, 8 and 5, 13. 39 for the Angels. 6.5 innings played. Baseball, where there's 21 and 18 outs, and the home team is coming up to bat. 39 Angels in the outfield. This becomes 47, which is time, which runs the cycle of man. This is the number for the spirit. The 91st day of the year is April 1st. Remember, the 4th month and the 1st day. There's 4 of these inside of here. Mars ends up doing this and this, while Earth is doing this. So then it's doing this, creating 4 on the inside, 8 on the outside for Pluto, creating 1 on the inside and 8 on the outside, both hanging with Neptune again, 1 and 4. So here we have this, and note that April 1st is the day of the poisson, which is the fish. You know, the fish is when you put it in the toilet, you go down the drain. So here is 55. In fact, it's 1555 with a 0 inside of this. Inside of 00 is 155. Now, when you use the 1 with your division with 1 and 2, both 4 and 5 will create a 1. When dividing by 3, I don't care what the decimal's after, 7 and 8 will create a 2. 3 divided by 4 is 1.333. 5 divided by 4 is 1.666. So I don't care which it is, because it's this side or that side, this side or that side. Anyways, irrelevant to the fact, fish is a sperm. Sperm is number 71. I need a gateway, and that gateway is in the moon. Number 57, which is both female giving me the CB codes, or male, right, which is giving me the alternate current, the DC. 5G. 5G TV. That's what that says. The year 2022, the hookup. The total, the numeric value of Earth, or what is Y, Earth, which is 120 in 3 parts, equaling to 360, the same as the cube over there. 3 parts, rotating this way, rotating this way, rotating that way. Like Mona Lisa. Like I said, Mona Lisa, limos, NASA. I'm working the Earth in 3 as per the 3rd planet. I know the sperm goes in, it's like a tadpole, and I like to say it's a frog. They say the French is for the frogs, and the English have square heads. That means we are the diamonds. And the clover, or the French, end up to be the frog, so they're not the diamond suit, so they have to be another suit. And Mars is 4 times 90, where Earth is 3 times 120, for both getting the role of what? Sorry, I don't know why I marked that. So now we have to go back to this, and don't forget why I called it the frog, is because after this gets into the web, right, it becomes a person, and both the egg and the sperm, a number that is both what is the first letters of each is 1 and 5. It can be for Mars. I like to think it's the 9 month of birth. Sperm is number 71, so it gets number 8. Egg is number 19. This is 71. Together it's 90 or 9. They both stay, the 1 and the 2, the mother and the father, the Abba and the Ima, stayed together, right, inside of you. So that can be your 3 parts of what your 1 part of creation in your 9 birth. Your AI birth. We are created, we're fleshy robotics. What would you do? What would you do? Make no other in God's image. First of all, for me, when you give me an initial like G-O-D, and they say don't say the O, Gates, Omega, divide. Divide the egg. Divide the communication. Divide the communication up. So when you're born with your mother and your father inside who you are for life, right? And not until the 91st day do you become connected to anything according to numbers. You are not bringing any soul into this world until you complete the first suit of who you are. You do not build a suit until you reach this number, and it shows you that your suit is complete on the 92nd day in the leap year, the IT system, the sun systems. Nine and 6, 3 times 3, 3 plus 3, 9 and 6. In the quarter house, the 9 and the 6. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3. There was another piece inside of this that I was missing that I wanted to mention. One, two, 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals 2, 2 and 1, 1 and 2 equals to 3, minus 2 equals to 1. That's your first basic creation. Your 12 and your 13 come into the element right away. 11, 12, 13, right over here. I don't care what anybody says. I'm a little kid. I'm young. I'm just starting to learn. This is what I see. I see only this number over here, and I built the rest of these numbers. This one over here is going to end up at 19. This one will end up at 29. Then there's going to be fixed numbers that will always remain the same. Fixed numbers that always remain the same is 49, or anything with a 9 will always remain its number, right? And then there's other numbers that I didn't show you. I was working on something. I forgot to finish off the gold bit, the gold, the silver. Did I finish the gold and the silver bit? Wow, I don't know where it is. Where I said all gold, silver, and bronze all come back to have the same numeric value as 8. Gold, so they all become 8. And when I showed you their answer, I just want to show you that inside of that is a 17, and inside of this one is a 44, dividing up the night with the day. This one over here. But there's also anything you do with these numbers, 2, 5, and 8, it will always create an end result of 8, either a 4, 4, 8 or a 17, 8. Any one of these combinations, or the combinations in themselves, done this way over here. Where am I? I wanted to show you this, that if you're going to have dreams, I hope you don't have any demons in your dreams. I hope you don't wake up with any phobias, right? This is Luna, the Mars of Earth, the moon of Earth to the moons of Mars. 2 moons, and this is the way the Earth, I believe, runs this way. I'm not going to make any other designs in this. And this is why your 91st day in your 3rd month of pregnancy, when the sperm swims in until the suit is complete, they're showing you this on your Valentine's Day. And Valentine's Day is when all the numbers are complete. When you add up all the numbers, it equals to 45. The word Valentine is 102. JB 102, and they're 8 apart. So they're showing me it's perfect on both sides in the game of pool. They're both blue. It just so happens that there's 321 days left in the year, 107. back to where Mars is. 3 by 17 equals 71 Mars. It is your gateway. 1 through 7 equals to 28, which is the cycle in the moon. CBA, which is why 3 by 7 equals to 321. So if I want to go to one more realm, 1, 2, 3 equals to 6, to where 2, 3, 4 equals to 9. And that's where my 33 rotation of 96 comes in from the two worlds. Since you have 9 and 6 equaling to 15, right? The O world between the joint, you have A, B, C, D, right? Equaling to 10J. The two worlds come together. 25 creating Y. Maybe Lovejoy can stick its hand in there. But it's the answer here is 15 from 10. The difference is 1.5, and the payout in blackjack is 1.5. The numeric value for Mars is 1 and 5. And what's in between is 2, 3, 4, which is our vibration, which is actually 432, which is the same thing as day of creation, 1,440 minutes of a day, times 3 equals to 4,320. That if we transferred this 5760, right, into our full formation on the Hebrew calendar following the moon, we would have the year 2000. $74.88. Two important numbers, 7488. In between 7 and 8, or that gateway at 7.5, which is through the moon, is where is Pluto, 1/3 and 2/3 of the total of 12. It takes 60 years to have every element in every single sign. 12 signs, 5 elements, 60 years. Now, the combinations are going to be different, right? You have to crisscross how many combinations. I'd have to go over this. I don't have the exact number. But anyways, that we're going to end the video over here. I'm going to thank you very much for being here. I hope I got a few points across. I'm quite sure there's a lot of things that I haven't completed yet. And we're not here alone, my friends. We just have to remember the truth is the truth. And when we stand together in harmony, we don't have to complain. We just have to stand together, bind together. And it's not easy because every time we want to have a garden, somebody comes in and says, this is illegal. Doesn't anybody out of all the people living on this planet, de tout monde qui reste sur cette planète, ils voient pas qu'est-ce qui se passe? Qui pousse les lois? C'est nous. Qui fait tout? C'est nous. Ceci, c'est nous les quoi? On a été créés en image de Dieu avec la capacité de free will. On a besoin de lâcher prise avec l'argent pour savoir mieux si on veut des changements. Il faut comprendre qu'est-ce qui s'arrive avec nos sous, que c'est nous autres qui collectent de l'autre. Il n'y a personne qui peut aller chez vous. There's no one that can go to your house that's not someone just like you. There's not 100 million billionaires and millionaires in this world. And nobody with $1 million going door to door doing collections or working at a bank. No, they send the police force in to work for them to say, hey, this is illegal. We're taking it over. Now, these people of the higher security, that's why we each have to learn that since we are all made, you're the God of this planet that you made, we have to be able to be allowed to have certain rights of our own security that cannot be broken to protect the laws that are. And if you can prove, and it's hard to prove, but when you get masses together at 60 and 70% saying that this is not right for such and such a reason, do we all have to pay our debts where we got up to a space where we're not taught properly anymore? So how do you know who's right and wrong? Because the money you might see today, that as the days go, the inflation goes higher, your value it's less. Anyways, I don't want to get into that. Peace and love for everybody. Thank you for watching. Anything to say? If you'd like to help me out, get to me at this email and I can figure something out. It would be much appreciated, and I would be in dire straits, or I don't even know if I can use that word. And I think the word of the day, I think we're going to call the word of the day this. I'm going to have to, 1 second, I can't, let me see what this is. Oh, yes. Here's the word of the day. That's the word of the day. Pancakes. Because that's all it takes. Anyways, that's it. Just fooling around.